Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. We've got another Seahawks video to get to today, but first, we just hit 1,910 subscribers to the channel. I want to give a shout out to all the subscribers, and special tip of the cap goes to the 22, as of right now, channel members, including elite members HaWKxXA and Brandon Mikel, and new channel member, ya boy, Aiden. Thank you for all the support. If you guys weren't watching my videos, I would not be making them. Let's go into the Seahawks content. And today we are doing Let Russ Cook, or the Seahawks situational play calling through 10 games. So, first things first, watching the game against Arizona, the team definitely scaled things back a little bit. They definitely decided to feature the run game a little more than they have recently. The run percentages across the board pretty much went up this week, and it was necessary because the team wasn't playing well, because the team simply wasn't executing with their pass game at the high clip that we have come to expect from previous weeks, and we just needed to do things a little differently because of the way defenses were starting to play against our offense. So that's all true. However, one thing that needs to be remembered is that in the game against Arizona, Russell Wilson took off for scrambles on designed pass plays 9 to 10 times. So these run percentages have come up a little bit, but if you factor in those plays, which were called as passing plays but turned into run plays, it didn't come up by as much as it necessarily looks. Nevertheless, the metrics that I use do include QB runs as running plays, even if they may have been called as passing plays in the huddle. So one thing to keep in mind as we go forward. By the way, when you're comparing to other teams in the league, that fact remains true for them as well. If Lamar Jackson drops back to pass and then ends up scrambling for 3 yards, that's counted as a run play, just the same as it would be for Russell Wilson. So, how did we do in week 10, and how are we doing after 10 games? Or, excuse me, week 11. Run percentage overall. The run percentage of this team after 10 games is 38%. 246 of 641 plays have been running plays. That is 24th in the league. That's a pretty good place to be if you're asking me. So if you compare it to last week, we were 26th last week. So we bumped up a little bit. This percentage bumped up, I think, 1% from 37 to 38. When you consider the fact that we do have a running QB who does take off to run at least a few times a game, I think that's a pretty good place to be. I'm happy with that. I wouldn't mind running the ball maybe even a tiny bit more, maybe 39 or 40%, but I kind of like where this is headed. I kind of like this number. All right, let's drill down into more meaningful numbers. On first down, what are the Seahawks doing? They're running the ball 45% of the time. This is up from 44 the previous week, and it's 25th overall. Again, it's a pretty good place to be. We are not the most pass-happy team in the league, but we are one of the more pass-happy teams. So I like this. This seems about right to me. Now we go to first and long, and for the first time in a while, we actually had a few first and long situations against the Cardinals, mostly because we were playing with a brand new center who made a few mistakes in terms of when to snap that created false starts, and it put us behind the sticks a little bit. So we did face 3 first and 15s against the Cardinals. We ran the ball, I think, once, and we passed the ball twice. That bumps our run percentage on first and 15 or more up to 20%. This is up from 14% last week. So 2 of 10, that puts us at 20th. We are 20th in the league in running on first and 15 or more. So pretty good. I'm more than happy to live with that. Hopefully we get Posick back soon so we can cut down on the first and longs in the first place. But 20% is something I'm willing to live with. First and very long, however, we have, first and 20 plays, first and 20 or more. We did run into one of those situations against Arizona, and we ran the ball. It may have been a Wilson scramble. I'm trying to use my memory here. I believe it was a Wilson scramble. Regardless, though, that bumps our run percentage on first and very long up to 50%. 50%, 2 of 4. So the good news here is we've only faced this situation 4 times this year. Last year we faced it 14 times. The year before, I think we faced it about 14 times as well. So we've cut down drastically on first and very long. Now, 50% does put us at 8th highest in the league, which I don't like, but it's not as big of a deal because we're not facing that many of these first and very long situations. So it's something that I'm certainly willing to tolerate, especially when some of our runs in these situations are called passes that turn into QB runs. You just have to be willing to kind of live with that. All right, moving on to second down run percentage. What are the Seahawks doing on second down? It's still pretty good, 37%, which is up 3% from last week. It was 34 last week. We're back up to 37. It's still 25th in the league, guys. 79 of 216. 25th in the league. So I think we're fine. 37% second down run percentage. I'm willing to live with that, especially once again when you have Wilson as QB and he's going to take off and run every now and then. So big improvement over last year, big improvement over the year before, very big improvement. And yeah, this strikes me as a pretty good place to live. Second down and medium. What are the Seahawks doing on second down and medium? Through 10 games, 37% once again, which is up 4% from last week. So we ran the ball a lot on second and medium against Arizona, which I think is probably a good thing to do, especially after what we had done the previous 2 weeks. And if you take a look, you can see that we faced 9 second and mediums, and we ran the ball 4 times against Arizona. We went all the way up from 25th in the league to 18th. So we're now closer to the middle of the pack, and I think that's reasonable. I wouldn't mind seeing this number come down a tiny bit, 1 or 2%. But I'm pretty happy with 37% on second and medium. All right, now we do second and long, 10 or more. And the number did again come up, however, not critically so. We are at 22%, up from 19. I would like to see this number as low as humanly possible, so I don't like that it came up. However, 22% is still 28th in the league, which is, again, a slight uptick from last week. We did run the ball on second and long 3 times out of 7 opportunities against Arizona. But yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I will take 28th in the league. I would like to be 32nd, but all things in good time. Now, finally, we get to third down. What are the Seahawks doing on third down? Basically the same as they've been doing the previous 2 years, which I'm not crazy about it, but at the same time, I understand the makeup of this team is that we're never going to be the most pass-happy third down team in the league. 26%, which is basically the same as it was last year and the year before. 30 of 115, that puts us as 12th. And if you compare that to what it was last week, we were 17th. So we did uptick quite a bit in terms of comparing ourselves to the rest of the league. We only came up 1% overall, so it's basically the same stuff. So third down, I would like to see this number go down a little bit, but I don't need it to go down that much. Finally, we have third down and 12 or more. Third down and long, still nothing good to report here. 45%, which is by far the most in the NFL. 9 of 20. The good news is that we faced third and long 3 times against the Cardinals, and we passed all 3 times. So it was 9 of 17. Now it's 9 of 20, which is good. Tells me we're doing the right things, but we are still first in the league by a pretty decent margin. So I can say that that is a problem. 9 of 20 is not good, and we are facing our fair share of third and longs as well. So it's not like this is some tiny thing. We are facing an average of 2 third and longs per game. However, overall, the numbers are quite good for this team. The numbers are quite solid. We are running the ball when it makes sense to run the ball, and we're passing the ball when we need to pass the ball. And that's all I ever wanted from this offense. Again, I don't need an offense that throws the ball 60 times a game. I don't need an offense that never runs the ball. I just need an offense that passes when it's time to pass and runs when it's time to run. And these numbers tell me that, with the exception of third and long, this offense is doing a pretty good job of that. With that, I'm going to get out of here. We had a great time last night in the stream. The hat giveaway went well. We got 60 members. There will be more giveaways in the future. Stay tuned. But for now, I'm going to get out of here. There's going to be some streams tonight. I may stream the college football playoff reveal thing, and then we're going to do Halo 2 after. But until then, peace out, Go Hawks, and everyone have a good day.